Hey everybody, it's Josh here. Thought I'd do a real quick video on how to light a smoker and how to keep a smoker lit. I think for new beekeepers, this is one of the hardest things for them to do or for them to learn. I hear a lot of new beekeepers tell me, Josh, I can't keep my smoker lit. It constantly goes out. And of course, it always goes out at the worst time periods when you're right inside the hive and you need to smoke your bees. Maybe they're getting a little agitated and you go to grab your smoker and it's not working. So I'm going to teach you some proven tricks on how to keep your smoker lit for not just several minutes, but for hours. And it's all in the prep. And that's the secret. It's all in taking the time to do it right, not be in a big hurry because you want to get out there and get in your bees and you just want to get your smoker lit real quick, throw your suit on and get out of there. You got to take the time to actually get your smoker prepped the correct way so that it will literally last you for hours out there with little to no effort. So I live in the woods, so there's a million sticks around my property. So if you have trees or anything else or some twigs that you have access to, maybe in your yard or your backyard, they need to be, I think this is obvious, but they need to be dead. So not green, need to be on the ground, preferably not wet. And you'll know because they're real easy to snap and it's, real dry. And all I do is I take a handful like this and my smoker's empty. Now, you can, if you have a fire starter, you can put a little bitty fire starter down there if you want to. I make my own fire starters out of dryer lint and wax and egg cartons. And sometimes I'll use half of one of those and I'll stick it in the bottom and light that, and that'll be my source of fire. In this case, if I want to do it quicker in terms of getting the fire started, I'll just bring out my MAPP gas. Or if you have a propane torch, that works also as well. But you just want to stick your twigs down inside your smoker, grab your MAPP gas, and just get a real good fire going. Now, as far as the actual fuel that's going to be used to actually do the smoking, I use burlap. Some beekeepers use pine needles. You can use sawdust. There's all sorts of good fuel sources out there that actually make smoke. Burlap is fantastic. You can order some online, or if you are nice to a local coffee shop and give them some free honey occasionally, like I do, they hook you up with free burlap from all their coffee beans. And I use these in my smoker. And then, as I'm going to show you in a future video, I use this burlap in my Vivaldi boards during the winter time as well to provide a little bit of insulation and to help wick the moisture out of the hive. So again, make sure you get a good fire going in your smoker. That's step number 2. And again, it'll shoot up flames this high. That's fine. That's not a problem. It may take 5-10 minutes for this fire to really get going. But what you're trying to accomplish here is you're trying to turn all these little twigs in here into hot coals. That's the goal. You want to have coals in the bottom of your smoker, because those coals are going to sit there and glow, and that's what's going to light your burlap and keep it lit for hours. Just continue to give it a little bit of air here, a couple puffs. Keep it going. And I don't know if you can see in the bottom there, but it's starting to glow red, where those twigs are turning into coals. Again, patience is key. Take your time. Do not be in a rush to get this done. If you're in a rush, you're going to get out to your apiary, you're going to get in your bees, and your smoker's going to go out. And then you got to take the time to go all the way back and relight it. If you didn't bring your lighter with you, ask me how I know. So do it right the first time. Take your time. Get those coals in there nice and hot, glowing red. Okay, we're about done here. So they're glowing red hot inside the smoker. Now, you take your burlap, it's a balancing act. You don't want to shove too much burlap in there because then you'll smother it and those coals will go out and then your smoker will go out. But you don't want to put too little in there and actually run out of smoking material when you're in your hives. It depends on how long you're going to be in your hives too. If you're only planning on being in them for 20, 30 minutes, or if you're going to be out there for an hour or two, then just bring extra burlap with you. Don't try to shove a massive amount of burlap or pine needles in your smoker. It's a balancing act. You want about, and you can see here, I only have maybe a handful. That's it. And what I do is I kind of fold it over like that into kind of a little roll. You gotta do this kind of quickly because if you just hold it over top of there, this thing's gonna light on fire. So with my hive tool ready, good coals on the bottom, I'll quickly just shove it down in there, grab my hive tool. Don't push it all the way down to where you smother those coals out. Close your lid. Give it a few puffs. That'll get that burlap lit. And you already have nice, cool smoke. Not overly hot. It's not going to burn your bees. And you'll have tons and tons of smoke. And that's it. It's that easy. Just take your time and do it right, and you'll have a nice and happy lit smoker for hours of inspections and beekeeping. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.